100%. You talked about our success on YouTube. I want to revisit that, but on Facebook in quarter 1, and as the AmeriLife Marketing Mentors, we want to use ourselves as proof of concept. And we had a 39 times greater reach than our actual audience size. So in other words, our content was seen 30 times, 9 times by a greater audience than our actual audience on Facebook. And that's largely having to do with Reels. We cross-posted Reels from Instagram to Facebook. So we saw a significant amount of reach despite our audience size. And that matters too, because of what you just said. This now acts as a discovery layer
Mm-hmm.
for people to find you in your business. And then you mentioned it. The next step in that journey is to watch a longer form piece of content or follow. Joe, I want to name something here as well that I think a lot of agents and advisors don't always say out loud. We know that this isn't a knowledge problem. They have the knowledge. So what do you say when a person knows that they should be filming this type of content, but perhaps they're making excuses or they say they don't have the time? What is your piece of advice to just get started?
I think a lot of people, they do know that they should be doing it. They do know that they have the content. It's intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never created videos before, I think you overthink it too much. And so as you create a piece of content, you're judging yourself and you're over critiquing
Yep.
yourself. You have to get to a point where you just create the video and you post it. The good thing is as you start creating, it's not going to hit millions of people. You don't have to worry about going viral right away or anything like that. You really can use it to get better and better and get more comfortable. I think it was Mr. Beast who said years ago that his first 100 videos were horrible and he knew it, but he knew nobody was really paying attention anyway. And so he used that knowing I've got to create 100 just to get comfortable. And then he got better and better and better, obviously, as he started to realize what his audience liked, and he just kept going with it. But it is a good reminder that you just have to start. That's the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy to think of the content. I mean, it's 1 minute. Within a minute, you're able to ask the question and give the answer. What is digital marketing? This is what digital marketing is. And you just say it in your own words. A minute goes by very, very,
It
very
does.
quick. And it really is just a matter of people getting comfortable with it, getting used to it, putting it out there. And honestly, you could even put it out there as non-public on your Facebook page and ask your friends and family to critique it. And if you're that worried about it, that's one way to get started, is just put it out there like that. Ask them, hey, what do you think? And then take back that feedback. But you have to be open to know maybe not everybody's going to like it. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just getting comfortable online and getting comfortable with putting yourself out there.
One thing I'll add to that, Joe, is you're right. A lot of people out there are intimidated to get started. There's a hesitation there, but that's where I want you to listen up, because that hesitation could be your opportunity. Because if you think you're the only one that's intimidated about just getting started, or second guessing yourself, or thinking, oh, well, this won't matter to me or my business, then you're just one of many, many, many others out there with that same mindset. So the key here could be just you getting started, because your competition is having the same internal struggle. So that could be the difference, is that hesitation. We've talked about what short form video is. I want to continue this conversation into why this matters so much, and get into what is actually possible once you start leveraging short form video and showing up on camera. We just talked about this. I think the key word here is courage, and that starts to take care of itself when you understand the benefits of short form video. So Joe, we say it all the time, short form video is king. You had just said that. So let's make the case. Why does short form video matter so much, especially to agents and advisors, and why right now?
It's the platform that agents and advisors need to reach more audience, especially if you're in a local area. If you can tie in any of those local pieces to it, it's your way of sharing your knowledge and your education and trying to reach more people without them having to follow you or without them having to already be connected with you. So an example of that would be if I was a Medicare agent and I was doing educational seminars at my local library, I would go on there and say, hey, here's a frequently asked question that I'm asked all the time. Here's what the answer is. By the way, if you are new to Medicare and you want to learn more, I give every Thursday seminars over at so-and-so library. Come see me. Those are the type of things that you can create very quickly You're just providing value, and keep that and that's the major thing to keep in mind. As long as you're providing value, you're not going on there and giving a sales pitch. You're not saying, "Hey, if you need help with your Medicare, you need to come see me." You're saying,
Yeah.
"Here's a frequently asked question that I'm always asked. Here's the answer to that. If you have more questions, please contact me. Otherwise, just so you know, this is where I'll be at the last Thursday of every single month, and come see me there."
Mhm.
Something along those lines. But the reach that you get from short form video and the consumption of how many people are consuming it, we always say it's really hard to create a behavior, but it's really easy to meet people where they're at. This is where they're at. They're on YouTube watching shorts. They're on Facebook watching. That is where you need to be. You have to meet them where they're at, and it's becoming critical. And
Mhm.
those that are willing to do it and put themselves out there are going to be the ones that are going to grow their audiences quicker because they did it.
Yeah, consumer behavior has changed, and it's changed significantly. It's very rare these days, especially the younger your audience gets, to just assume that they're going to pick up the phone to start researching their decision. They're online well before they ever do make that phone call. And if you are getting discovered on YouTube via your YouTube shorts or wherever you're posting that content, that just gives credibility to the point you're making. And it could very well lead to your next client if you're being exposed on their timeline and you're in their market. So
Mhm.
it's just another level of discoverability that is so important and impactful. And you and I both know that trust is the whole name of the game in this industry, and short form video can be a massive trust builder as well. Is there anything that you want to add to that?
Putting yourself out there and putting your name and your image as the one who's providing the value and providing the answers to those questions.